Good morning, YouTube. I hope some of you guys are Porsche fans because today we're gonna be talking about Porsches. So my brother is a Porsche fanatic. I know. I try to get him to like Ferraris. So he's owned some pretty cool Porsches. And he wants to buy the new Taycan, the new weird electric Porsche that's supposed to be bad as hell. And he's actually asking for you guys to help him out. So here's the deal. We're gonna go through, we're gonna show you kind of how he's specking out his Taycan. And what I want you guys to do is go on the Porsche website, go spec out a Taycan given the constraints that he sets, and see what you can come up with. If you come up with a better spec than what he's come up with, you might actually use it.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
Taycan or Taycan?
I think it's Taycan. Porsche struggles a bit with naming things between the Macan or Macan,
Yeah.
and then the Cayenne and the Panamera.
You're for sure getting one?
So, I put my name on the list. I put a deposit down quite a while ago, like well over a year ago. They call it like demand entries or demand orders. So they want anyone who's serious to submit an order, or you basically create a build and you submit it to the dealership. They send that to Porsche, and then that tells Porsche how many theoretical customers each dealership has, and then they start splitting up allocation based on demand at dealerships. They basically told me that allocations, at least in the US, haven't been fully handed out yet. They're just starting to come out, but they implied that I'm high up on the list. Early, like January, February, I could take possible delivery. I told them I preferred March or April for some personal reasons, so they said that would be no problem. So that's probably what will happen. Say I had to submit a build, but it's like a fake build in the sense that I can tweak it from there. Odds are it'll lock in the next month or two. It's one of those things, they'll call me up and also be like, oh my gosh, we got the allocation, it locks tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens with my GT3. They called me up on a Friday and said it locked Monday. The budget is probably $170,000. I would be willing to stretch that a tiny bit depending on, if it was like the perfect combo.
Right.
I'm trying to hold myself to that. We'll see.
Okay.
Base price of the turbo is I think it's 150 technically, but as soon as you log into the configurator, they force you to get two options, which basically brings the price up to like 153. The only other options I think I considered mandatory, they call it the 2+1 configuration. The 2+1 adds the middle seat in the rear. So it's a tiny seat, but I've got 3 kids, so.
Let's go through what you think you want, and then we'll see what the viewers can come up with and see if they can beat you.
So if you go to Porsche homepage, you gotta make sure you're in the USA version.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise you'll end up configuring the car in like Germany or something. You basically go to models, Taycan, whatever it is. You can select build and price right here.
Okay, yeah.
But you click on the turbo. There's obviously the turbo and the Turbo S. So I'm talking about the turbo. You got about 15 grand to work with, more or less.
All right.
I'm kind of leaning towards something a little more loud. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of loud colors.
I'll say you basically got like blue, green, and red that are loud.
I know. They don't have like yellow and Guards red. This is Carmine red, which is actually really cool. It's darker than Guards red. It's really stunning color. I really like it. Unfortunately, it's the only color right now that costs money. So basically, all these other ones are free except for Carmine red.
What the hell?
I know. And it's not cheap either. It's
yeah, $3,000.
So basically, my rule of thumb is I love black cars, but I hate living with them.
Yes.
So black is out. I just don't want to deal with water spots, et cetera, et cetera. The colors I'm leaning towards are white. Either of the whites. For free, you might as well get the white Carrera white metallic.
Right.
Get that little bit of metallic to it. I like the frozen blue. It's kind of like based on the few pictures I've seen, it's in the spectrum of like a Gulf blue or something more traditional, but with like a metallic flair to it. So I kind of like it.
That's kind of cool.
This gentian blue is, I think, really good looking. It's a nice dark blue, not super dark, but I think it's pretty good looking. Mamba green is like the wild one of the group. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely gonna stand out.
Yeah, that's gonna stick out.
So the spec I sent in, it was this color.
Oh, really?
I think it's pretty cool. I like the color. My only fear is would I get sick of it after, a year or two? I don't know. And obviously, again, you have the Carmine red.
Ooh, that does look good. Of course, I'm biased towards red.
This is representative of what the Carmine red looks like.
Oh, wow.
Here's the Mamba green.
Ooh.
I think it's a cool green. It's definitely different. Here's the gentian
Ooh.
white.
Dude, the blue with the black.
See, I like the blue. The blue is good.
That blue
Don't
with
get
the
me
black
wrong.
looks pretty badass.
I'm not a huge fan of the basic turbo
No.
wheels. I honestly, my favorite are these right here.
Oh,
These are the Mission E wheels.
ooh.
Let me see
Yeah,
if I can
those are
get-
kind of cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're these nice like 5-spoke, and then this section here in the barrel, kind of.
Uh-huh.
That's what you can get painted to match the body color. So you can select the different wheels, and if you click on wheel accessories, then you can select wheels painted in exterior color.
Ooh.
And see how it has the
Oh.
blue.
See, that looks pretty badass.
And then they have the Satin Aurum, I think is how you say it, which is more like a off gold.
On the green, that might look really pimp.
Oh, I
Dude.
think it does. But it almost looks like two.
Oh, dude, that looks sweet as hell.
I know. It does look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But
Oh, that looks baller, man.
after wheels, you got interior colors
Oh, yeah.
and materials. So they have these 3 leather options, and then they have these like fancier leather options. Like, you know, you can do the red and black.
Whoa.
They got this limestone. And then the ones in the middle are leather free if you're all vegan or anti leather, which,
Seriously?
hey, whatever.
Okay.
But the thing I like about them is it adds Alcantara.
Oh, that's
Because
actually...
Alcantara is actually fake, you know, suede or whatever.
Yeah.
So honestly, like, I kind of like it because
It's not-
I'm a fan of Alcantara.
Yeah, I mean,
like
actually,
the steering wheel.
the only thing
and-
is, like, the center, where your, like, lower of your back is, that looks like it's just, like, cloth.
it's like a vinyl. It's like a perforated vinyl. They
Oh,
call
okay.
it race tex, but whatever.
Race
It's just
Tex.
like vinyl or something. Most of them are like minor up charges. You know, like if you get the red and black, it's a little bit. Then these leather ones are more expensive. If you
Yeah.
had these leather ones though, like watch this. So it does this, but then it does the gold inserts.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you do the dark brown, see the gold.
Yep.
The next option is you got seats. It's no upgrade to do the sports seats. They add the extra bolster.
Might as well
around the
get that.
shoulders. Yep. So it's a no-brainer. And then you get all this other crazy shit you can see. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It goes on and on and on. There's these 2 packages, the premium and performance. I've kind of been not clicking them because when I look through all of them, I think ventilated seats are kind of a joke. Maybe you
like
guys think
them.
differently in Texas, but like,
Yeah, I was saying, you don't need them, but down here, they're
No.
freaking great.
and like lane change assist.
Yeah, who gives a
Of
shit about
course.
that?
And then like thermally and noise insulated glass and ionized. Like these are just things that the only one I see is like this park assist. You know what I mean? Maybe that's helpful.
Is that
But
like the cameras?
it's
or-
like a 360 camera thing.
Oh,
you know what
okay,
I mean?
okay, yeah.
But
That's cool.
so to pay for all that, I don't think it's worth it.
Reaction
So the
steering.
one that I think is necessary is the Sport Chrono. So that adds the kind of turbo boost function or whatever the hell they're calling it. That gives it like a little bit quicker to 60 time. I think that's worth upgrading either as itself or part of the performance package. The other thing is I've heard this, it's kind of gimmicky, but the Porsche Electric Sport sound. So yes, it's an electric car and you can pay money to add extra sound to it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know.
Like when you push the
So,
pedal and it goes
what-
rrrr?
I don't know how they're doing it, if it's just speakers, but they said it's on the outside and the inside of the car. It makes this extra sound. And when you hear some of the reviews, they've said it sounds pretty amazing. So
What?
I know, trust me, it sounds goofy as shit. But I mean, you're talking about $5,400 for all this. The Sport Chrono is the one that I think is absolutely necessary. And I think it's like $1,000 by itself. But
Can you get the Chrono alone?
yeah, you can. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
go down here to the performance itself, you can select it.
It sounds. I'll say a lot of times they'll have where like certain things you can only get if you get the package, you know. And
Yeah, they don't. I can't think of anything offhand that is that way. They kind of let you piece anything together you want. You gotta watch. It's kind of subtle. Watch
Right.
the bumpers. If
Okay.
you click on this.
oh yeah, different bumper.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever. For $5,600,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem worth it. This comes with these kind of fancy brakes. So they're called the PSCB. I don't know what the hell it stands for, but they're basically
What?
tungsten carbide coated brake rotors. This has such strong regen from the electric motors when you're braking that it hardly ever uses the brakes.
Oh, so
That
they never get warm.
They get rusty and they kind of just like get degraded. And this tungsten carbide coating it never rusts. They claim it produces 90% less brake dust.
Oh well, yeah. If you're
So-
not gonna get
but-
carbon ceramics, get that.
Well, so it comes standard. So you
Oh.
get those regardless. Obviously, you can upgrade to the Porsche ceramic brakes as well. You know, I mean, if you want.
Yeah, those are expensive though.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
I will say that is like the cheapest ceramic brakes I've ever seen though.
Well, the only reason is because these
Are already
PSCB
expensive
are
as hell.
normally like a $3,000, $4,000 option.
Oh.
So I think they're discounting this.
Yeah, so those normally be like 15 grand.
I like the green.
Yeah, I know.
The green
You
looks
like the
really
green?
good. It looks really good. And I thought when
The
you
gold.
guys, I heard when you guys said gold rims, and I was downstairs. I was like, what?
It's not like a polished gold.
It really isn't. It isn't.
No, it's not.
It's yeah. If it was like bling bling gold, it would look terrible. But it's like a. It kind of reminds me of like the Subaru gold wheels, you know?
So this is from their brochure. I think I showed you guys this
Yeah.
before. But this is the green. It's got the green interior trim and then the green wheel. I mean, that looks pretty cool.
I like that.
It'll definitely stand out. You know
No,
what I
it will. But it's not. It's not tacky at all. It's pretty.
mean?
It's not!
Getting on that spectrum.
Well, okay. So used to now that my life is what it is, and the cars I see on a regular basis, this is sedate. This look.
But the thing I don't want, and I appreciate this color. I don't want like silver. You know what I mean? Like there's
Everyone gets
like,
silver, white, black.
Yeah. it's
Nice
like,
Porsche,
literally,
Dad.
drive around Colorado, everybody's got silver, black,
Yeah.
white, everything.
No,
And
man.
It's just like.
Get something bright. I always think of when you're getting cars like this, anything that's super optional in life, get it the brightest, most badass, whatever color you want.
Is it like Ferrari where the resale on it is better if it's a
But this is a totally new thing, so who knows?
Well, but I have a feeling this green could hurt it a little because
You
it's
think?
kind of bold. Porsche buyers are typically more conservative, so they're going to want white, black.
You know, like Guards Red always made Porsches worth more.
Yeah, but that's because it's like a classic color. I mean, if you got the Carmine red, you're probably not going to hurt yourself. Honestly, all of them are probably pretty safe outside of the blue, the light blue, and the green are probably going to be the ones that'll be slightly less. But
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a brilliant green.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Well, how do you get the interior to have that green stripe?
So I'll get
How
to
much is that
So
worth?
come on, man. We're only like section 4.
I'm jumping the gun.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know. And the configurator only
Oh.
shows the stripe right here.
Yeah.
But my guess is it actually changes all these pieces, but they just aren't showing it in the configurator yet. Because so imagine like this, if I change it to the gold, all these gold trim pieces, imagine that the green.
That would-
That's my guess the way that it actually looks.
I mean,
because
that looks
that's
pretty
more
badass.
Along the lines of what they would do. You pay $500 to have your vehicle keys painted. You can get a fire extinguisher, which seems kind of meaningless in an electric car because if it starts on fire,
Yeah,
it
just
goes
run.
away.
Yeah, run.
You're not putting that out with a fire extinguisher. But so here's that rear seat.
Oh, okay.
2+1.
All right, so that's a
It
requirement
is-
for you.
Yes, I feel like I gotta add that. That way I can take all the
All right.
kids. You know what I mean?
So if you're configuring one, people watching, you must choose that. Ooh, carbon. Here's really expensive
So-
stuff.
Yeah, like so they have this new matte carbon fiber, which I will admit. So it changes the panels. Watch above and below the green.
Oh yeah.
But I mean that's a lot for $2,400.
$2,400,
I don't
yeah.
know. The door sills you can get paint or you can get matte carbon illuminated, so it says like Taycan Turbo.
That would be
like,
kind of
lights up.
badass.
Or you can personalize it, so you can add your own text.
What? Dave's the
Yeah.
man.
So like where it says saying Taycan Turbo, you can make it say like douchebag or whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can literally put whatever. This panel right here, it's a touchscreen if you want to add it. And so then the passenger can control stereo navigation. Supposedly they can see like the speed and some other readouts. $1,100 for a kind of
Passenger entertainment.
yeah, I don't know. So I'm not sold on that by any means. I mean, yeah, sure, it looks cool. And because this car doesn't have the soundtrack like the GT3 did,
Yeah.
having a really nice stereo sounds kind of cool. It's a 21 speaker system with almost 1,500 watts. And supposedly it's like phenomenal. I don't know, but it's, I mean, it
$5
is
grand, almost $6 grand.
$6,000. But the funny thing is, so people who are like in the audio world, if you buy this company's stereo, like a separate stereo for your home,
Yeah.
they're like $30,000-$40,000.
What?
Yeah, they're like some stupid high-end brand. So
I wish you could test it before, like to hear what it sounds
I
like.
mean, I could go listen to like a Cayenne or something with it. They have charge ports on both sides of the car, which is kind of cool. And I think standard They work just like a typical gas cap, where if you push on it, it like kind of flips open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So this option, this little black strip right here, you slide your finger along it, and the charge port retracts into the body, like kind of hidden, like on its own. It's kind of cool. Taycan's different, where it uses an 800 volt battery, like Teslas and like most other cars use in the 400 volt range. And the advantage with 800 volts is, I don't know if you remember from your electrical engineering days, like
V equals I over R.
Yeah, but so you can to push the same amount of power through, you can use half the current,
Right, way
half
less
the
amps.
amperage.
Yeah.
So it actually allows smaller cables, and you can actually charge at a higher rate because you can push more through the cables. If you plug into like a wall outlet, it goes from AC to DC, so it has its own converter built in. But if you go a high-speed charger, which are DC chargers, those do direct current straight to the battery. So if you want to charge it the lower 400 volt, the vast majority of high-speed chargers in the country are.
So you
gotta unfortunately
probably want that, yeah.
So that's really all the options. I mean, obviously I asked about European delivery and/or delivery in Atlanta. Their headquarters in Atlanta. If you do delivery in Atlanta, you get, I think, 90 minutes on their test track with a equivalent car. So they let you use one of their Taycan turbos and beat it up on the track, and take you through different courses, and you get like through the museum and all this stuff. So that could be something fun. Obviously, European delivery would be freaking awesome. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because they have different charging standards. So I'm assuming there's adapters, but it may not work out the same. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
But,
do you have what you actually submitted?
Yeah.
Saved?
So this has the green,
With the painted
green
wheels.
wheels, painted green wheels. Yep. With the black calipers. I had a Sport Chrono. I did not have that extra screen.
Yep.
It's got the green trim, black seats with Alcantara, the electric sound. For $500, might as well give it a shot. I got the sport seats plus 2+1 seat. I did the dark brushed aluminum door sills, and then all that charging stuff I was talking about. So
then I'll put the link to this. That way
Okay.
people can go check out your build. How do you get that code or whatever?
So if you go, once you configure a car and you get all of it, then if you click on up here, I think it's share,
Share.
right
okay.
there, you click on that, and then it literally just generates.
They might need to post the URL or just the code, because YouTube's wonky about when you post URLs. Sometimes it blocks.
Oh yeah, load configuration.
Yep.
And then you just put it in there.
I'm sure that many hours will be wasted playing
Yes.
with this. That's your mission, YouTube. Should you choose to accept it, get us a better build than what he's got before
Yeah,
October.
yeah.
Or mid-October.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to build one and submit my choice too then.
Yeah, I want to see what you and Megan sit down together, or even have her. I don't care.
Oh, she likes yours. All right, so hopefully you thought the spec that he's making is pretty cool. I'm gonna go spec one out. I'm gonna put mine in the description below. So his is in the description below. You can go click on the link, go check out his spec, go check out my spec, go spec out a Porsche Taycan, and put a comment with your link in it, and we'll go check it out and see what we got. Hopefully someone comes with something cooler, and maybe we'll actually use it. If we do, that'd be pretty badass. And then once he orders it and actually gets it, of course we're gonna actually go drive this thing around, and we'll show you out how badass this Taycan is. We're gonna be doing a lot of car stuff. Obviously we're gonna be doing some Porsche stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.